the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Alan Horning. Here. Barb.
Here.
Debbie.
Here.
Tamitha.
Here.
Leslie.
Here.
Ken.
And are you here? Are you here?
Yes. Alan Michael. Bob. Present. Thank you.
And you've had time to read the minutes.
This will be up, it's off, it just has to say what the, so you have to talk about it, please. As soon as it's off, it just has to listen to you.
Okay. If there's no questions or concerns about the minutes, we need a motion to accept them.
I do have one correction under safety. Intern chief Haas is spelled Haas. We have it misspelled in our minutes.
We have one of those here.
Yeah, we need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
As amended.
As amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any questions about the bills? Dan?
We do have two changes. We have the June Medina County Sheriff Office. And that's for June patrols and fuel usage. And CW Landscapes did some repairs on Rock Ridge and Beachside. Total revised billings for July through July 13th, $29,963.73.
Make a motion to pay the bills as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, before we begin tonight, Sergeant Lyon, could you say something to us about our deputies and let people know how they are?
Yes, so two of the all of us actually, were involved in the incident down in Britland. Deputy Yarborough actually got shot, so he's out for a little bit. He got shot in the leg, he's okay. He's back home and everything like that. He's just off duty for a while. The other deputy that we brought on for the last 2 months, Deputy Jahari, he was on shift as well. He got very close to Sergeant Reese and ended up having to drag him out to the scene. So he's off on some mental health days for obvious reasons. It's hard to handle as a 23-year-old kid, and that being one of your experiences. I'm still here. I was just organizing the scene down there, so it's for most of this month, it's mostly just maybe due to unforeseen circumstances. So we appreciate the giving us some time to speak about that, and we appreciate the understanding as to why our hours might be a little thin this month. With our two deputies being out, but they're both okay, both in good spirits, they're both making a recovery. So
That's good. Will you give them the regards from our whole village? I'm sure the whole village joins me in that. With that.
yes, absolutely, I'll pass it along.
All right. Glad you're okay.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Good. Okay, did you guys want to give your reports real quick?
Sure. Just to introduce myself, I'm Rob Haas, I'm the interim chief. Nice to meet all you guys.
Nice meeting you.
For the month of June, 62 runs. That breaks down into 53 in Lafayette Township, 1 in Litchfield, 2 in the village of Chippewa, 1 in the village of Glory Glens, and we had 44 during our daytime shift, which is 66, and 18 in our nighttime shift, which is 6 to 6. As far as our times go, average turnout time is 1 minute 37 seconds. It's our year-to-date, which is 1 minute 56. Our average travel time is 5 minutes 43 seconds. And that varies throughout the year, based on how far we're going, obviously. Currently, we're onboarding 4 new people, so 4 new people are receiving training to be able to do our staffing. The Fire Association has agreed to purchase a rescue boat we're going to be putting on the lake I'm working with the company right now to finalize the purchase and exactly what we're gonna need. So that'll be coming up shortly. We did receive an EMS grant from the state in the amount of $3,500. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with it yet. There are certain things that we can and cannot buy with it. One of the things we were talking about even before this incident was ballistic vests and helmets. So if not on this grant, certainly a grant in the near future that should be purchased for that grant. We completed hose testing for all the trucks just recently, and that turned out well. We participated in your 4th of July parade. Thank you very much. You guys, thank you very much. The Lake Road, Chippewa Road, water project. I've been in contact with the contractor. If we need to get through there in a moment where it's closed, they will make efforts to get us through there. So we might not necessarily have to take a long route. So we've been in contact with them. I have reviewed the plans for it. It would appear, and I'm going off of memory here because the drawings are quite large. We're going to have a net gain of about 7 hydrants. They're going to take out 9 and put in 16. So a few more hydrants in the area. We do have your August 1st picnic on the board. Guys will be filling that up for us to be there. And as far as the chief's position goes, they're going through the process right now. They have reached out to people from the board. Mr. Lee has agreed to be on it. They don't know what it's going to look like yet. Should be finalized at the next meeting, and they're expecting probably in the next 90 days we'll have a chief in place. Any questions for me from anybody? Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, so our monthly report, we were at 76 hours. Our target's 100, but we're short-staffed. Deputy Harhay will be back August 1st, so that's gonna help out with those hours. He's currently retired, and then he's being rehired the 1st of next month, and then he will be back in the village next month for us. The miles logged were 426. Estimated gallons of fuel was 5 gallons, 5.2 gallons, which is confusing to me because in May it was 579. We are at 26 gallons. Do you know how that works?
Yes, so the reason why it's so short is because a lot of the hours that I did were buttressed up to a shift. And if I forget, I'm not going to bill the village.
Thank you.
Gas. I'm just going to put it on with our normal fuelage.
Okay.
In the sheriff's office, so that's why I went down so much, because I was trying to squeeze in hours
Okay.
before and after shifts.
Thank you.
For that.
I'm pretty sure we paid for that, we're billed for that, so we appreciate that. All right, moving onward. Activities for the month, we had 85 total activities. We had 2 domestics. We had 1 drunk alcohol complaint, intoxicated person, only 1. Yeah, we're doing great.
That was for June.
That was for June, that wasn't 4th of July.
Wait for the July.
Actually, since I've been doing this in January, that's the first time that's been on the report. We had 2 disturbances or fights. We had 1 theft/larceny, 1 nature unknown. What is a nature unknown?
It just means that they don't know how to classify it, so that nature unknown and the theft, and there should be 1 property that's all the same call.
Okay, so I do see property further
What
down
happened
on the
with that one
list.
is somebody from out of the area tracked their Apple AirPods to the area, and they said it was a theft, and somebody stole them. They were tracking the GPS data on it, it was bouncing all around the village. So odds are it was somewhere around here, possibly the lake with somebody, but.
On a golf cart.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Gave
tied
off
to the
in their own
village
town.
at all. So-
Okay. We had 2 that were classified as mental. We had 55 extra patrols. We had 1 suicide, either attempt or threat or abnormal behavior. Doesn't really tell us what exactly that is. We had 1 suspicious person. We had 2 lockouts. I'm assuming people were locked out of their house or car and they needed help getting back in. We had 1 911 open line. We had 2 chest pain, 1 CO detector with no symptoms. We had 1 criminal damage, mischief, vandalism, property damage, 2 property damage, 3 golf cart inspections, 1 head pain or headache, 1 hemorrhage, laceration, cut, or bleeding. Was the head pain and the laceration the same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a very minor injury, just like the traumatic injury was a twisted ankle, not anything more traumatic than that.
Okay. 1 property loss or found. He told us all about that one. 1 sick person, 1 traumatic injury, 1 unconscious, feigning unresponsive, non-responsive, and then 1 welfare check. Any questions on any of those things? Nope. Thank you for being here this evening.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here for the last couple months while Deputy Hargit was not here. It was a pleasure.
Well,
Okay, Alan, you're here, you're gonna have that variance hearing right now. You ready? Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Variance hearing tonight involving Christy Moats at 566 Chippewa Road. You should have received photos of the anticipated work to be done at that residence. Simply stated, Ms. Moats wants to add a porch across the front of the property. Recent survey indicated it's 21 feet off the right of way. The variance is for an 8-foot porch across the front, which would make the setback 13 feet, which is behind the adjoining property owned by, bear with me. Henry and Betty Huffman. It's a straightforward thing. It's complementary to the neighborhood. It would improve the appearance of the property to no detriment. And I recommend you receive a favorable consideration.
Alan, did you?
Yeah, as far as the hearing goes, is the applicant here, or anybody else have something to say about this to council? Whoever does, applicant, and whoever does have something to say, raise your right hand. You swear the testimony will give is true?
Yes.
Okay, what's your name?
Christy Moats?
Do you have something you want to tell council about this, or anything you want to add?
No, I've just owned this property for 24 years. It is a very ugly house, and I would like to make it look nicer and make it fit into the community a little bit more.
Does anybody else have anything to say about this variance? Council, any questions or comments?
I have a question. That's not our road, so does that impact the township versus us on this?
What road is it?
Chippewa Road.
Well,
The property's
It's
in,
in the village, but.
The house is in the
their
village.
jurisdiction, the houses in the village.
Oh, that's a good.
Your zoning would still go from the road right away. I mean, that wouldn't change whether it's a township or a village road. So the setback is the same. I don't see that it affects it.
So the township couldn't come back later and say,
No, it's in our village.
Yeah, because none of the property's in the township. And you've got jurisdiction out to half of the road, center line, for traffic tickets, everything else.
And isn't that where the right of way actually where we measure from for the setback, the center of that road?
Sorry, what?
Isn't that where that we start measuring from for the setback, the center of that road?
No, from the right of way. which is the edge of the drawn.
But the right of way we split with, and it starts in the center, and then you're 20 feet from that.
Well, that would be the edge of the right of way, but the variance would be from the right of way back, not from the center of the road.
I understand that. But the right of way splits the road, and half of it's the township, half of it's us.
We have jurisdiction over half of it, yeah.
Okay,
Like Lake Road is the same way.
Yeah.
okay. Maybe I didn't ask that question correctly. Never mind.
I don't see it as a problem.
Okay.
And I interjected, I spoke personally with the adjoining property owners and they had absolutely no reservation.
They're happy.
Well, I'm gonna ask you then, did you provide notice of this hearing to the owner and to the adjacent property?
I contacted them personally.
Okay.
Well, I live 2 houses over, I hate the idea. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's gonna be an improvement.
Well, you're only one vote.
That's true.
Okay, so you didn't get anything in writing from any neighbors?
I did not.
And the only feedback you got was verbal,
Correct.
and you're saying that nobody objected?
That's correct, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, very good. Well, there are guidelines for this kind of variance handed out by the Ohio Supreme Court. It's a area variance, it's not a use. She doesn't want to put a gas station there and change it from a house. It's just a setback. And so that falls under an area variance. And these are the things you should think about. No one is determinative, but just what you should consider. Will the property yield a reasonable return, or can there be a beneficial use of the property without a variance? 2, is the variance request substantial? 3, will the essential character of the neighborhood be substantially altered, or will adjoining property suffer a substantial detriment by granting this variance? 5, did the property owner purchase the property with the knowledge of the zoning requirements? 6, will the variance adversely affect delivery of government services such as fire, police, etc.? 6, can the problem be solved by some means other than the variance? And 7, will the granting of the variance preserve the spirit and intent of the zoning requirements, and will substantial justice be served by granting the variance? So if there are no more comments, it's time to call for a roll call vote. A vote of aye or yes or yay means you wish to allow the variance. A vote of nay means you wish to deny the variance. So we roll call vote.
Al Horning,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Debbie,
Yes.
Tamitha,
Yes.
Leslie,
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Okay, then the zoning inspector should issue a letter with that decision to the owner, and you can proceed.
Thank you very much.
That concludes the hearing.
Thank you.
Okay, I know we're kind of bouncing around. Industrial survey.
Okay.
Thank you. In safety, we need to pass that dispatch bill.
We have an ordinance. This is the contract offered by the sheriff's department, a 3-year contract with an increase each year for dispatch services for the village by the sheriff's office. So this is the second reading of ordinance number 91826 by title only. The title is an ordinance approving the 2026, 2027, and 2028 agreement between the village of Chippewa and Medina County Sheriff's Department for dispatching services with the Medina County Sheriff's Office. Is there a motion to waive the third reading?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency?
So moved.
Only that it goes into immediate effect.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Pretty good.
Okay, now let's see. Well, first of all, before we start, I was going to say a couple things. One of them is, I want to thank Bill Glassnap. As many of you know, he's been our maintenance person. He can do any job anywhere. Unfortunately, he has to step down from that position. But I thank him, and I'm sure all the rest of you do too, for all the work he's done around here. He'll be missed there. And then also, I've been asked to thank Barb for getting Ohio Edison to come out and fix the flagpole.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
well, there's this little bird in the back of my brain here. My brother always tells me not to do something stupid, so I thought rather than me showing up the pole and trying to fix it myself, I called texted the lineman, and he said, sure, I can do that for you. So he put the rope up, and then he texted me back, he said, where's the flag and the hooks? I'll put those up too. So he came back the next day and put the flag and the hooks up. So I don't know if that's.
There was a time when they used to do that a lot. I'm glad to hear they're still doing stuff like that.
Yeah, so it was very nice. I don't know that I should name his name, but I don't want to get him in trouble. I don't know if that would be a.
And the other thing, I want to thank everybody that took part in the 4th of July. It was a great day around here, the weather was good. Of course, I don't allow rain that day, as you know. So, everybody had a good time. I think I didn't hear of any real problems or anything, so thank everybody that was involved in everything. The ski show, the cardboard boat race, the parade, and the fireworks show. Now, to bounce around again, Barb may have to leave early, so I'm going to go to building and utilities. Then we gotta go to a hearing with Gary, then we'll come back to zoning.
Mine's just quick and easy, and I do have a Zoom meeting that I have to attend to. So I'm gonna try to do it on my phone. I've never done that before, but I'm gonna try to step outside and do that. If I can get out of it, I will come back in, but if not, then I will come back in after the meeting's over, after the Zoom meeting's over. So I don't have much, other than the flagpole was rewired or re-roped and fixed. And then the other day I came up and the AC unit out front here was not working. And I forgot to call on Friday, and I didn't even think about calling on Saturday or Sunday. I called Lake Refrigeration this morning, and they came out today and fixed it. So if you're comfortable right now, we can thank Lake Refrigeration for that. I have no idea what the expense was. He did not give me a bill. I'm assuming that he will send that to you. So I assume that because it was an emergency, I didn't need to go out and encumber any money, so. And I do have these dates here for the election coming up. You know, it's not until November, and I do believe I've already previously submitted the information for them to contact me, so I think it should be all set here. I think that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now Gary has to have a budget hearing real quick. And I backed this up for him because he wanted it right after the first part of the show.
No problem. Nope, we're doing good. Thank you. Mary, I'm going to give you that agreement to sign, if you would, please, for the dispatching.
Sign a copy.
Oh, is that what I signed?
Yeah, that's the actual contract or agreement. Thank you.
Okay, we can go back to that.
Okay.
This one.
Okay, 2027 budget public hearing. There was one change requested by Ken, that being to add an additional $15,000 to his budget for the Point Park rehab. No other changes were asked for by the council. So the preliminary budget that I distributed to council on April 13th for 2026 After my review of all revenues and expenditures through June of 2026, do not require any additional changes to the 2027 budget. Over the years, I've issued several emails explaining how appropriations, which are monies approved and available for spending, are reported to council each month, as well as how to read and interpret the reports, and always offering to sit down one-on-one or as a group to assist with understanding.
Oh, Gary, now that additional, that was for actually 2027.
Right, we're talking about the 2027.
Okay, I'm sorry. I heard 26 after that. Okay, got it.
Those were just the reviews I did of
Okay.
2026.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we are
Thank
talking
you.
2027 budget. So any appropriations as well as revenue reports are always available. And we just want to make sure that council is clear on all of this. Like I say, it's a bit involved, much more than private industry budgets, but we do have to follow the rules, and we certainly do. Does any council member have a question or comment about the 2027 budget with that one change and leaving everything else as is? Okay, that's great. Anyone in the audience have any questions on the 2027 budget for the village? Okay. May I have a motion authorizing the fiscal officer to deliver the 2027 budget to the Medina County Auditor?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. That ends the public hearing on the budget.
Okay, now we will go back to some zoning.
I sent you all a report. I don't need to go over it item by item. Any questions from anyone? I guess I'll ask you this. Would you like more information or less information? I took the position that oftentimes, one meeting to the next, you may or may not recall what's happened or what's transpired or what the status is. So I tried to include information to give you a quick review, if you're interested.
I thought it was adequate information.
I thought so too. I don't think we need to itemize everything at the council meeting. It's public record for the minutes, so.
Okay. Good enough. Thank you.
But
it was a nice report.
It was very nice. Along with zoning, I shared some ideas I had for, some updated village signage for maybe next year, and I gave everyone a copy, just to look over and maybe give some opinions, whether you think it's relevant or not. We don't have to make any decisions, it's preliminary, very.
Well, that was a nice report, and are you planning on getting a committee? Or would you want this we could do this under the safety committee?
Actually, yeah, safety and maybe road, someone from streets, so.
Safety
Even
committee
parks
is-
maybe, because someone, it
You
should actually be
are
the
on
whole,
safety committee.
I am on the safety committee.
I have a copy here. with me.
Tamatha and Emma.
Yep, so it's even, I would say it's even parks related too, because,
I would say anybody wants to be on it would be on.
yeah, let's just have a party and talk about signs.
That's
Now,
good.
that
Sounds like
has
fun.
to be a public
I love
party if
signs.
there's more than two of us.
Exactly.
So we have to post it 24 hours in
If you're
advance,
going to
correct?
make decisions, yes.
Yeah, but if we're just like you and I can discuss it first, tell me what you think. I
Okay.
did send I printed a copy for everyone.
May I have a printed copy? I have the email, I don't have a print.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so.
So everybody else have a copy? Get a copy. Nice work, Lucy.
Just real quick for the audience, if you didn't receive any of my information, I'm suggesting some kind of rebranding and signage in the parks and on the beach and at the parking lots and the boat ramp, and just revisiting our signs in the village. There's a lot of people that are coming into the village, and I just personally don't think the signage is clear throughout the community, so.
That's all.
Your note was good. Did you guys want to talk about this other, your rental stuff?
Short-term rental.
Did you all get a copy of that short-term rental?
No.
I did not.
So we didn't print out any copies. I'll just say real quick because Bud put together some information, I put together some information. We're just considering creating an ordinance, for short-term rentals. Basically just the purpose of the ordinance would be to protect the health, safety, and general welfare of residents, visitors, and property owners by establishing registration requirements. We're not necessarily having any problems with short-term rentals. We have in the past with maintenance, just like a regular house, resident-owned, tenant-owned. This was a short-term rental where we could not actually find an owner to contact to tell them they needed to maintain their property. So that's really the biggest thing, is just to establish a contact person for every short-term rental, while recognizing the constitutional and statutory property rights of the owners lawfully to enjoy their residential property. It's intended to, let's see, what did we type here? Ordinance is intended to preserve the residential character of village neighborhoods throughout reasonable standards that promote safety, accountability, and responsible property management. So, I'll actually give this copy to Alan, because I don't know. You have a copy?
I'm looking at Caroline's copy.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Looks pretty good.
But we wanted you to look it over as legal counsel before we would even present this.
You have a copy for him?
Yeah.
Just send it down.
There you go.
Very good.
So it's not a restriction of any type. We're basically, one of the recommendations we had was, maybe the property owners would pay a small fee, maybe $30, $35, $40, and they would get a binder that has our code of miscellaneous ordinances. So,
When you say short-term, what is that?
Less than 30 days or less.
30 days or less. Advertising on a public site that they are short-term. We actually have 6, maybe 7 right now in the entire village side, our side here. There are 6 that are actual advertised. There's one that I think they ended up going long-term, and another one that I know for sure is long-term, so I'm not even counting that one anymore. So,
It includes a set of definitions so that everyone who reads the ordinance understands who's who and what's what. Our ability to reach out and contact the owner and or caretaker and or representative is limited. Many of these are under an LLC, which is problematic. An LLC may be an individual owner, or it could be a consortium owner. So we want a source of contact. We can reach out, pick up the phone, share information, receive information. It's not designed to be punitive in any way. It's just the exchange of information in a readily available source. We live in a great place and we want to keep it a great place.
Wasn't the other thing to also, some of the people that own these are new residents themselves?
That's true.
So it's a way to make sure they know the rules, and then therefore they can pass it on to their renters.
And Leslie, I'll speak for Leslie, had a conversation with somebody who recently rehabbed the property to make it a short-term rental, and he thought it was an excellent idea as a new owner.
everything about it, I kind of ran by, and he thought all of it was great, so.
I just glanced at it, it looks pretty good, but I'll take a close look at it, and I'll get an ordinance ready so you can put it in the hopper for first reading, second reading.
Okay.
And I'll just add that, in Gloria Glenn's, council didn't pass any regulations, but the people came up with an initiative petition signed by enough residents to put it on the ballot. And what went on the ballot was to eliminate all short-term rentals in the village, because they've had a number of problems. And it was kind of a test, because it went to court, and the Wadsworth judge, Judge Lewis, ruled that you can't do that. You can't eliminate them completely. And that seems to be the trend with cases.
And we don't want to eliminate them. I know a lot of people that utilize them and they're happy with it. So
Well,
It's
just
a
that's the
nice-
history we have.
if your house, if your house is too small and you need a place for your guests to come and stay, it's very convenient. So again, Bud and I discussed, we're not having a problem right now, but we don't want to have any problems. So it's nice to have some guidelines. We are trying to be more proactive instead of being reactive.
Good idea.
That's all.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we will finally go to community relations, Debbie.
Okay, Ken and I put up 4 out of the 5 beach umbrellas. We started with 2 before the 4th of July and took those down so they didn't get destroyed during the fireworks show. I have to return one because it is damaged. Tamitha, which the fire department already said, is confirmed for August 1st for the Kids Water Fest date, which is my favorite. So come watch those kids, they have a blast. I double checked with John Sandora about the second scheduled weed control date from Aqueduct, and they have not given us a date yet. I'll ask them again later this week and see if they've done it. And then one other fun thing, the Pride Party is on August 16th. I got that from Pam Williams. And anybody who wants to volunteer, send stuff for the raffle tables or whatever else, they would appreciate that. And then one more thing, Joanne, who approves to hang the banners on the sign that's on Lake and Chippewa?
Nobody.
Nobody? Okay,
One way to find out is put one up.
okay. All right, I think it's for the Lions Club.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, then we can just do it. Okay,
I haven't really had one of those up for a long time, so I really don't know. I
they
mean,
keep knocking it down, they
It's
keep
happening.
knocking that frame down.
Yeah,
Okay, that's all I have.
okay, okay, parks, Ken.
I don't have a whole lot. I did send around an email to council about, a truckload of sand. I think it's needed, we lost a lot of sand. Unfortunately, it's $1,500, but, a lot of it we lost. Because the board being, take it down to the board is too high. I'd like to get that in there as soon as we can, so we can enjoy it this year.
Did you get sand already once this year?
No, last year we did.
Is the
Well, we
board
lost
down
it.
altogether now?
What's that?
Is that board all together down?
Yep, yeah, it's sealed up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pile some of the sand up against the board, so it'll be easier to walk over the board.
So the board is still there.
Yeah, the board's still there.
Didn't I ask you this down?
You asked him if it was down and he said yes. I had another completely different complaint about it yesterday from
Oh,
a
really?
completely different person.
Wow.
Had her grandchildren down there and was asking about the board and why is it there? And they don't remember it ever being there during the season and they were tripping over it.
Well, it's not too hard to step over, but yeah, I mean, the reason why it's there, just so everyone knows, is because, the sand, all our sand gets washed into the lake, and is actually forming a sandbar over by our ramp, which that's a bigger problem, because you're gonna hit it with your boat, and it's been developing over years, plus we're losing sand, and I just mentioned, one truck, we usually get 2 truckloads, one truckload is $1,500. So when we got 2 of them last year, before that, we didn't get anything for like 5 years. And, it's just been washing out.
Wasn't that board designed to be out in summer? I thought I heard that.
Out, like, no, well, that's what John said, but I hear differently, I don't think it should be, I think it should be. I think if we put sand down there and we pile it up where it's up, because right now it's creating a good little block, we pile it up a little bit further, you know, with this new load of sand, usually you can step right over it, you don't have any issues. And
Apparently the grandparents are having issues, because it's probably been 2 or 3 who I don't want to name, but we know,
Yeah.
are complaining about the
We
board.
need to put some rails up.
well, this will help. Rails, yeah, that's a possibility. That would help.
Have
We
we,
don't really need rails.
Yeah, I have to like, give that a lot of thought, maybe we get a fabricator out to.
what
that
have
would
we
be a
done in
bigger
the
job.
past without the board? So the board's never been there, this is an issue this,
No, the board has been there actually.
in the summer? It's been there?
Yeah, but people keep on taking it down. That's what was happening is we would put it up. And then a couple months later, someone comes and takes it down. And it wasn't like attached to the wall. It was just up there with some bricks. So private people that don't like the board, were taking it down and moving it. And then, we're losing sand. But that's been up there since I've been on parks. It wasn't my baby. I didn't decide. That wasn't my solution to keep the sand in there. But I think it's a good solution. And, but I think adding some sand there would help that out. I don't know if anyone has.
Are you sure all the
opinions on
sand
that.
is going over by the boat ramp?
What's that?
Are you sure that all the sand is going over by the boat ramp?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Then why
There's
don't we take
sandbar
that
there.
out and put it back by the beach sometime?
I don't know how you do that. You gotta get some heavy earth moving equipment. I don't know, possible that would be, or a scuba team.
Because they're already covered by one.
Buckets.
Do something to that ramp because it's too shallow.
Well, this is actually further out. It's too shallow, exactly. That's from our sand. I mean, it's really, it's just the way it's drawn that way. And I don't know if you noticed that, being on the ski and you guys, I've heard it from multiple people.
We rev our engines when we load it up, so if there's some there, we're blowing it out. and then-
Which that's what you want.
Twice a week. we do that.
Yeah, so that helps.
It does, so.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I think we need that board there, but it's up to council. I mean, if
Are you
everybody
making a motion
decides
to buy
that-
sand?
What?
Are you making a motion to buy sand?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to encumber, $1,570 to have a, 1 truckload of sand delivered.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And then I'm gonna have it spread out, spread around like we do, and that's gonna do a few things. It's gonna do once a year, even though it is a cost. Chris, he'll come by with his, equipment and he'll move the sand around, fluff it up. Oftentimes, a few years, we didn't even buy new sand, because it just moved it around, which that helped with the sand walks, because those sand walks are impossible to get rid of. You'll never get rid of them, but this does take care of it for a short period of time, then they come back. And then like I said, we'll move some of that sand up against the board.
Would it be possible to just maybe put, like, get this little ramp out here for the playground?
Absolutely,
I mean, is it,
that's a good idea.
I mean, we'd have to put something on there that's a non-slip surface, but instead of losing sand and people tripping over it, if we put a
You mean
ramp
instead of the border up against the board?
over it. Like a ramp up to the top of the board and then come back down on the water side.
Oh,
We have somebody in the audience.
Yes, is it possible that we could build a step platform on both sides so it'd be easier? Because I know at the bocce courts down here, I've had to build 2 step platforms on each end of the bocce courts, because to step up over and that, and with the seniors, I'm one of them now, not officially, but I'm still.
Oh, come on.
You don't believe it. But I did build platforms there to make it like a half a step, so it was easier, and I also put pipes in, so people could grab one of the pipes to hang onto the pipes to help step over, but you could put one on the inside and one on the outside too, on the beach side, on the water side and one on the sand side.
well, the sand side, if we put sand there, I don't know.
I don't know if it's gonna compact, we're gonna have to really compact it, it's not, that's like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it may not work. Then again,
One thing, build a house, one
May
sand,
wash out.
then everyone.
That's a good idea. As long as it's like a non-slip surface on there and the steps make it wet. But even just if we could ram some posts down on either side of the board and make a handrail.
Who's gonna
Well,
do
that's
all this
what
work
John-
without Bill Glassnap being here now?
Yeah.
We need some other young buck in the village to step up.
Bill said Al Horn helped him do it.
What does he have to say?
That's right, the Sal's idea, he's the board guy.
Streets and
Did everyone hear
handyman
that?
service, right?
Can we start with a handrail of some sort?
We can,
I have a
I'm
question.
not a fabricator.
Do you
but
have
we would
committee
have to
members
have-
that could go look at
something
this
seen.
with you? Can your committee members go look at this and see what's everybody recommends, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel yourself?
Yeah,
That's why you have a committee.
if you wanna go down there and take a look.
Let's put a rail up first. And see.
Oh, right, but that's gonna be, which I'm for. But you have to be able to stabilize it. I mean, there's a lot that's gonna go into it. Into, yeah,
Tim, Barb and Tim are on your committee.
right, no, yeah. Mhm.
Campbell will bring the ice cream, we'll meet down there. and-
Yeah, I know.
I'm
just
ice
saw
cream, I'm
right
there.
here. But, no, I think that's a good idea. I'm for that, definitely. I'll get some sand over there too. And, but this would be more of a permanent, semi-permanent, as permanent as we can get structure. Step on one side, but I'm trying to visualize, so you step on one side, so it would have to be, because the board's about that tall.
It's 12 inches, it's 2 by 12.
No, it's not too much.
He's a guy.
Huh? You
He's a
talking
guy.
about? No,
It's 2 by 12, which is 11 and a half inches high.
yeah, 11 and a half, so about a foot. And,
That's 5 and a
so
half.
you're talking about this little step?
Yeah.
Half of that?
Yeah.
6
And
inches.
then another step on the other side, and then a rail.
Steps on like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think something should be done, you know, we wanna make it
Let's-
a nice
We'll
experience.
meet,
What?
we'll meet.
Okay,
Okay.
absolutely, yep.
I'm bringing ice cream.
Oh, boy. And then as for the wall repair, I'm gonna need to get a few more quotes. I'm having some difficulties, getting a mason to come down and take a look at that wall. I'm sorry, let me back up. So in regards to the wall by the beach, there's a wall that, separates the parking lot from the beach, where there's a blow off, a lot of water's going down there. That's part of the sand erosion as well. And I got one quote, seemed kind of high, but I wanted to get a couple more. David has any knows me, I reached out to 3 other ones, and I haven't heard anything back. So,
Are you looking for someone who does masonry work? Are you looking for someone who does
Yes.
masonry work? I will send you the name of one of our residents, a neighbor of mine. He's only part-time here. He's retired now, but he may be able to give you a quote. You might be able to, I don't know.
absolutely, I'll
Or
reach
he might be
out.
able to point you in the direction of someone he trusts and knows, that because he's been in the business a long time.
Yeah, the quote I got, I mean, he's a professional, but he's not a business owner, he just works for a masonry company, for maybe 5-7 years or so. I would like to get some comparable other quotes, just so we can kind of, get some ideas of where we should be at. Other than that, yeah, I don't really have anything. Right
You
now,
have-
the swings, Bill Flatstack has one of his last jobs, he put the swings up in like 95, 100-degree heats.
That's when he ended up in the hospital.
I know, it wasn't because of that, but it was around that
That's what
time.
he told me.
I told him not to do it, I
Well,
said,
anybody
don't
would
do
have told
that.
him not to do it, but it's Bill, and he's going to.
I know, yeah. And I said, you know what, just wait. And he's like, I'm coming to get him. Okay,
It's Bill.
so, but, yeah,
I have a couple of questions. Do you have your guys
what,
mowing anything by the pond? Are we mowing anything up there?
by the pond?
Yeah.
Yes, we're supposed to be going along there. I know
Along
Bud's
the
been in
roadway?
contact with
Tom,
Tom on that. And, you see, I asked him to, and he said something about his equipment. This was early spring, and he was concerned that it would sink or something.
yeah,
that's supposed
he
to
would need to tackle the pond area, that land, he'd need to bring a brush hog.
Okay.
On a
that's-
tractor.
hang on.
You know, the township used to, when McGovern's was there, they used to mow that frontage on that.
They've done it once.
That's what we want that because we want to kind of reclaim it. So that's the game plan. I don't know if you want to reach out to see if there's something that you can do on that.
I can ask Tom that.
Yeah, because that's, I asked him about it. I mean, I think it would be done, I know he's limited on the equipment that he has.
What do you guys, what do you council members think about thinning out some of the trees
Right here?
right here?
Yeah, I think it needs to.
I like that idea, yeah.
It's been a couple of months ago. There's no less than 11 trees, and I'm sure I missed a few, that are completely encased in poison ivy. That has shoots out from a trunk, 2-3 foot long, completely encircling the trunk and go clear up to the canopy.
So is it poison ivy or just ivy? I see so many trees in the village encased in ivy.
Poison ivy, this is poison ivy.
Whose budget has money in it for
Poison
that?
ivy has 3.
Pardon me?
Whose budget has
Oh,
money in
I
it
think
for
that's-
that?
So I'd spend the parks budget.
Thank you, bud, thanks.
You have that in your parks budget, 11 trees?
Well, it does, I mean, it's, it's going inside the road.
Why don't we, ma'am, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have.
No, I know what he's talking
Why don't I look into it and get a framework of potential costs?
You mean at Reese's Park? Yes, I think that should go to Parks.
Oh, boy.
And then,
But yeah, if you could,
then we can
maybe
split
or-
costs amongst the
Yeah,
council.
give us some ideas on the cost of that.
Are you gonna-
But I know, I mean, one fell, I was gonna clear it out myself and burn it, but then
Ooh,
it
no,
disappeared.
ooh, don't burn that stuff. Ooh.
Yeah, this one in particular, that's that one that fell, it fell up there, it was looking, I mean, it was clean, and it was dead. So, but somebody got it.
Poison ivy is never dead. You inhale that smoke, you're cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he just means the trees that have fallen, that aren't wrapped in poison ivy.
The other thing you can in
Or maybe we
minutes,
should try.
Yeah.
you put the combinations on everything, you can mail to the councilman. If you did that, I would get one.
I sure did, actually, I thought I said it before.
I got it.
But just for good measure, I said it today, like right before I left.
And you're copied on it, Joe.
Yeah, you're on it. And it's,
Is there no-
I thought I said it before, I can't remember, so I'll do it again.
Is there signage at the shuffleboard that says where to get
Somebody
shuffleboard?
took it down and I was supposed to make a new one today, and I didn't because I got super busy, but that'll happen in the next couple of days. I'm just gonna, pretty much put down, what I put on there before, as you know, I said, if you're looking for the combination, give me a call, text me or call me, and then I usually ask, you live in the village, and what's your name, and all that, just so we know that it's not somebody that's not a resident, it's only the trust.
Have we had any issues with that shuffleboard box?
No, well, I mean, somebody left it over once, I think you cleaned it up and put it back in, that was really the only time.
Yeah,
Maybe one time,
that was last year.
yeah, maybe one other time, that's surprising, because it's totally the honor
Probably because
system.
nobody knows the combination.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
and nobody remembers the combination, that's the thing. They're always asking for it. But yeah, I'm gonna laminate, I laminated. I'm just dying to use it whenever I can.
I have one too.
Okay. So I'll get another sign up there. Probably next couple days. Yeah, that's it. Anyone have any questions or? Anything? Okay.
Okay, well then we will go to streets, Al.
Okay, on July 7th, we had our pre-construction contract signing for the road project, phase 10. They claim that the cable guy may get out there, the fiber optic guy may get out there this week, but everybody kind of laughed when he told us that, so. Probably be the end of the month, beginning of the next month. They're gonna start staking out the property lines, the easements and everything. I'm supposed to meet with the contractor this week. We're gonna go over where we can put trash cans, mailboxes, and we wanna make parking somewhere for people to be able to park. So Barb, Ken and I met and we kind of reviewed all that, so I'll propose that to the contractor. So, and then I want to get a letter out. I talked to people and they said they usually put it out about a week before it starts, not too much in advance, but, and I didn't know if we had any letters that we sent out to the public prior for any of these other road projects or no.
Contacted them personally. Because in the past, everybody's circumstance differs slightly. So I just knocked on doors. Particularly those who are going to have fences and bushes and shrubs and trees versus anything they want to save. The contractor we utilize for the lower segment worked with the property owners and attempted to save those precious items.
Could you put a flyer in their door that says if they want to discuss to contact you?
Well, I'm gonna let them know this construction's gonna be starting. If they have trees and bushes that need to be, well, I'll tell the ones that are losing trees for sure. The people with the bushes, fences, everything else, that they may wanna start looking at, figuring out what they wanna do with it, so. And also mention the mailbox locations, the trash locations. And if people need help with things like trash, we'll work with that, so.
Yeah, when we used Dirt Dog previously, we had excellent assistance from them. They were very amenable to helping, as are the trash collectors themselves.
Right.
So we
And I'll
had
get with the post office,
no
get that all
issues.
figured out.
Yeah.
Back real quick, we were talking about mowing and stuff, and I've noticed, and it's not just the people that we hire as a village, but even the private mowers. All those guys that come in there, and the first thing they do is bungee cord up the discharge chute. So they're just blowing all that stuff out. And if they hit a rock, it's gonna go,
Zinging.
yeah. So, and I talked to Ken about it, he was gonna talk to the mowers that we hire. But just people, if you're hiring mowers, tell those guys to leave the discharge chute down, so when it does hit something, it keeps it blowing down onto the ground.
I also got some complaints, multiple complaints about the mowing company using Roundup around the perimeter of the garden and pretty much everything. I guess it makes it easier for them to mow because they must not have weed eaters. And they're spraying Roundup around everything.
They do it up at the park.
I even noticed, after somebody pointed it out to me, I noticed that the bottoms of the shrubs on the island over here, the briar, are dead, and so.
And, I don't know, have we heard anything more from Frontier Fiber? Or are they coming into the village, or they not, or?
I haven't, but my suggestion is you have a representative to talk to them. Find out what they plan to do, when they're gonna do it, what we should know.
We don't want them digging up the road after we just fix it.
No.
I'm laughing because I made repeated calls to the Frontier engineer, never called me back, ever. And I used contact within the company, asked that she intercede, have the engineer call me. Simply doesn't happen.
Yes,
Oh,
just
good.
at their mercy, they're gonna come in and start, do whatever they want, whenever they want.
So we have that one ordinance about people coming in, they have to fix.
Yes, they have to fix the
Would
road.
that also include the cable company?
Yeah, I think so, but,
You're saying so or yours?
I believe so. There's more federal law that's been passed.
Ma'am, what's different about this is if you read it, they're only doing part of the village, one, and they only have like 10 foot of buried cable. The rest of it, they're hanging, at least according to what Al and I have read about that contract. How that's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, I have no idea. And it baffles me, as it does Al, not speaking for Al, but Why only part of the village? Doesn't make any sense.
Didn't Frontier get bought out by Verizon? Could that be part of the hiccup here?
Well, that did happen. But they retained the Frontier name.
But
It's
could that
owned
be
by,
part of the hiccup with why they're not returning calls or communicating?
I don't have any idea how that far down.
I've been trying to talk to him for Promise and Glory Glen's for months. Get nothing. So I looked up there's, well, it looks to me like Frontier is actually, the parent company is Frontier North Inc. It's registered with the state. They have a statutory agent, which is the person who is legally supposed to get their mail if you just have to get a hold of them. And I've written to that person, that company, and a threatening letter, and nothing yet.
Yeah, I probably talked to the same guy.
Nobody will talk to me about it.
It's completely baffling. I don't get it.
Okay, last month we discussed possibly putting speed bumps up at, on Bungalow Bay Circle up there. Try to get people to slow down a little bit. I got a price. It was like $1,100 for 4 speed bumps.
Are they removable?
They are, yeah. You bolt them down, they come with all the
What
stuff.
about, what it said in the minutes about golf carts not being able to go over them for a while?
No, you move them. They're 2 1/4, 2.5 inches tall.
Just can't go too fast.
You have to slow down. And they will be made that you can get one tire so it doesn't hit it, but your other tire can hit it, so you're gonna slow down. And if not, it's gonna run over your teeth and your brain and everything else.
You know that it's not 15 miles speed limit. Because it's an arrow.
Right.
Oh, was that 15 up there?
Through a park. It's through a park too.
Did we have to name it an alley at one time, make it 15 miles per hour?
I think the park approach is a better one, but maybe not.
Al, do they go all the way across the road when there's two-way? How many are
Not 100%, no. Some of them are 13 feet in the wide, we have one's 13 feet, that's gonna be kind of in front of our house, Low Paws and Kathleen Y across the street. That's before you enter the Y, one direction.
If they don't go all the way across, that's gonna have golf cars going the wrong lane to circumvent them.
No, they're not gonna be able to do that, unless they start driving off the road, going to people's yards.
I saw a car go around the road closed sign on Lake Road, go around the right-hand side the other day. So I wouldn't be surprised if people go through people's yards to try to avoid them.
I'll try to send them up with their mailboxes and stuff, so they'll have to at least
Does that
cash
have
the
to be
mailbox.
voted on?
Well, that's what I was wondering, do I need to?
Yes, you should. Motion.
Okay, yeah, okay, the amount was $1,086.15. So, I know I have that in my budget, I don't know if I need to vote on.
So you have to make a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that I can spend this money on 4 speed bumps on Bungalow Bay.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
speaking in the right direction, I just throw this. Now, Leslie, you have the one-way sign on here. Is that for Bungalow Bay?
I think I sent the email about the sign suggestions I had. Yeah, I mean, I'm suggesting that we have a one-way sign there at the Y in Bungalow
We
Bay.
had one, we don't?
We have an arrow pointing up that says
Used to be
only.
one-way signs up there.
There used to be, yep, but they were taken down, and there's a sign with an arrow that says only. It's in the photos that I sent to everyone.
Okay.
And, again, we all understand, we all know what that means, but it's hard to see. It's over in the bushes by Freshette's. It's kind of surrounded by greenery. And when you're coming in there, it's just, I don't personally feel like it's clearly marked. Maybe Andy has, and I mean, what are your thoughts when you go through there? Or
I
any-
just know it's one way.
Right, exactly. We know, but Amazon drivers, they're not, anyone, people that aren't from the village, I think it's confusing. So I put it, I think I sent a photo where or maybe I didn't. I'll send it right now. I did, okay.
We should have regulation one-way signs.
Yes,
Like,
Right, and being on roads, signage, there's lots of things I can see us doing different, but I don't know what legally and who do we go to about what's a legal sign?
There's a state code,
Okay.
it's about this big.
Good, great.
It's a loose leaf. Changing it, but it's,
If we used to have one-way signs up there,
Control devices.
Okay.
State.
County engineer's office could help you.
What if we just painted a big white arrow on the road?
I thought, yeah,
Yeah, I thought about
I
that.
mean, like you have like in a turning lane or whatever, I mean, people notice that.
if we used to have signs there, Leslie mentions that she remembers signs being there. Is there any off chance the signs are actually here somewhere? Like in the barn?
There's a lot of.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
So we may not need to actually physically purchase.
I
a
just
sign.
sent the photo to all the council members of my recommendation, one or the other. There's two in my photo that I added one-way signs to. It's just my recommendation.
It's a good recommendation.
Or maybe those little spiky things you used to have at the drive-in, you know, when you go this way, you're good, you go the wrong way, you're not good.
Yeah, tire business?
There's also a sign post in that little triangle right there that I'm talking about. It doesn't have a sign on it or anything. I don't know if that needs to be
That's the
removed.
stop sign used to be there and found out it was illegal, so they took the stop sign off.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
What about a wrong way sign up there?
There is a
Well, I'm
problem
gonna
there.
add a wrong way sign to
There is,
there's a sign.
yeah.
There's already a sign there, off the top of my head, I don't remember what it says. One way or, no, I forget what it says.
Only.
But I want to put wrong way underneath that sign, on that same post, not the post you're talking about.
Right.
I'm not sure how to handle this. Is the parking lot here and parking lot down at the beach, is that part of roads or is that part of parks
Yeah.
and building maintenance?
Depends on what you wanna do.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Asphalt.
Oh, asphalt, yeah.
Because down at the beach,
I think that would be a collaboration with Parks and Streets.
10%, 90%.
Right. That's right. Not zoning.
There's an issue with drainage down at the beach, and until we completely redo all that, it's just gonna completely be a disaster. I mean, if you notice the polar plunge, where the entrance, where everybody walks in where the gate is, that was 1.5 inches of water, frozen.
The beach entrance where you just
Yes.
walk onto the beach
Yeah,
from the park.
because nothing's draining the way it should down
Right.
Yeah,
there.
well, I think that part, yeah, I mean, then something needs to be done, and that's some of the, that's the reason, that's one of the reasons why we're getting so much water, is going through that hole, because it's all going there. And so you patch the hole, but, I mean, it should hold, but yeah, absolutely. I think that needs to be done.
I think our driveway, not
Is that-
necessarily so much the parking lot, but the driveway in and out, especially going out, it's pretty crumpled down there,
Right.
right over here on the exit.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, I've had estimates for up here, I have not looked at the beach. But I don't know, I would like to do everything, straighten the driveway, clear around and out. Not necessarily the parking lot over here side.
The backside's in good
Yeah.
shape, that wouldn't have to be done, that backside's behind the building is in good shape.
Okay.
There's some cracks, but
Well, I'll get the pricing on it, and then we can figure out which budget it's gonna come out of and stuff.
Can I make a request?
Mhm.
If you guys are talking about the entranceways here by the building, the
Mhm.
exit entrance, can we, if we're going to put any money into it, can we make it such not a steep drop off onto the street? Would they be able to level it out at all? So it was a little smoother transition in and out? Is
Put
that
railings?
doable? Well, I don't need railings for the cars,
Yes,
but if we're gonna be grinding it up and
No.
repaving it,
she's talking about the driveway.
could it actually be, instead of such a steep
the
drop?
exit's worse than the entrance.
Yeah,
Yeah, the exit I would like to break some of that down. and-
Yeah, is that a doable thing?
Without,
We're gonna
without building a
put money in
retaining
there?
wall. It gets into a lot more money, because I asked the guy, well, I grind it, that's cheap, we're not cheap, but grind it, re-asphalt it, that's, walk in the park. If he's gotta start cutting that off, now he's gotta put new base down and everything else, so we're getting into a lot more work.
Okay,
I can price it out.
it's just a question. Thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay, good job. Law director,
I've got one case in court right now. It's a domestic violence case. It's only, the only scheduled is a pretrial conference on July 30th. And beyond that, I did discover that, as Bud has been talking about, there is a way to create a violations bureau for land use violations. And that would be like zoning, residential property. I mean, you discovered that too, and that's why I got digging into it. And it would mean that we'd have to get some tickets printed up. They have to be two-part. One, carbon tickets.
Right.
One part is a notice to the owner to correct and a deadline. The other part is the fine if they don't correct it. And finding them is all well and good, but it would be easier than going to court because we can go, if they accumulate fines, we can go through small claims court to get a judgment and try to collect it. So it's a good idea. It means creating another, having a person who will do the tickets. You have to have a right to a hearing, so you need a person who will hear somebody out if they have a complaint and make a decision, yea or nay. But it can be done.
we have a person that does.
Shelley?
Yeah, Shelley.
Yeah, never had a hearing.
No,
Well,
we appointed her a long time ago.
right, so anyway, that's possible. It can be set up, but somebody's got to run it then. Write tickets, keep track of it all, collect checks,
Could we include this with our parking bureau? Is a parking
No, that
ticket?
has to be a
That's
separate.
something totally separate?
It's a separate animal.
We could have meetings at the same time,
Uh,
but we could actually start enforcing something, right? Along those
Well,
lines.
we've been enforcing a lot of things through the court.
Right,
They've been helpful. I mean,
yeah,
and you can see there are people that have been fined many times and never changed.
right.
Because that's all we can do. Can't put anybody in jail for a zoning violation or property maintenance. But this is available if you want to get into that, a little extra bureaucracy and paperwork. So it can be done. Just throw that out there. And if you want to look it up, it's chapter 765 of the Ohio Revised Code. There's 4 sections in it, very easy to read. That's what it is.
All right. What everybody has to be mindful of, and I know, we're small potatoes. There's not many of us. We don't have staff.
Right.
We don't have clerks. And this administrative process would require marginally some facet of that. So you have to be mindful that you don't create a staff and encumber yourself with expenses to little benefit. But what I see is the clear benefit is a more expedient process that we can handle in-house. And you're going to create the impression that there's more of you than there actually are. Because you can actually take an enforcement action, and the people who are inclined to not be compliant know people who tend not to be compliant. And they're gonna, in all likelihood, start to have conversations. And it's not that we want to punish anybody, but at times I'm personally insulted that I have to tell a grown adult to mow their damn grass. I mean, that's just, what? But unfortunately, that's the world we live in. So if we have a way of doing this, I think it'd be very productive for the village. And we're a small enough place, we can do that effectively, I believe. So I'll look into that, Alan, thank you.
Right. That's all I've got to report.
Okay, Gary, finance?
Okay, everybody sign in tonight?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
appreciate it. This past Saturday, I distributed the June bank reconciliation report to council, reflecting all accounts are in balance. Any questions, comments from council? We have a motion authorizing council to sign off on the bank reconciliation report. Somebody?
Second. All in favor?
Thank you, appreciate it. This past Saturday, we did distribute the appropriations report through June. Any questions, comments by council on spending through June? I have a motion approving council to sign off on appropriations.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. I was asked by council to review the past sheriff dispatch fees. I guess that's a moot point now that we passed it, but all of you should have received that today. For the NOPEC grant monies, I keep reminding council just so we don't end up at the end of the year not spending what we have to. We have a total of $3,836 available, and the village must spend no less than $447 by November 30th, or we lose this amount in available grant monies. And I also respectfully request the council to determine no later than the October meeting where to use any PEP grant monies for 2026, so we can avoid not going into next year with that. Our financial audit for years 2024 and 2025 are underway. Thus far, I've responded to all questions and requests for additional documentation. Now I'm waiting to hear if any additional information is needed or that the audit is now complete, so I can retrieve the records that are in their possession. Any questions, comments by council about the audit? Cybersecurity. Since our last meeting, I contacted the State Ohio Adjutant General's office, who heads up this program for the state of Ohio. I found out that what we have written up thus far is only 1/3 of what's needed. Also, they will review all documents to make certain that we are in compliance with state requirements. So I will continue to working on the other 2 sets of documents and hope to have all sets ready to submit to the department after you review it by the end of third quarter. Questions, comments about cybersecurity? Okay. Last month on June 5th, I sent out an email to the mayor and council to begin considering if the village will offer any additional pay incentive for the deputies. We don't need a decision tonight. I just remind you that we wouldn't need to make a decision by the end of the year to go into effect next year if council's going to consider it. On a personal note, I had to buy some flags, American flags, for the village of Burbank. I ended up with additional flags. I bought them through the American Legion here in Medina. I don't know if anybody wants to buy any additional flags. I paid $35 each for them. I'll take anything I can get for them.
What size were they?
3x5 outdoor flags, 3 foot by 5 foot, and I have 4 of them left. If anyone wants to buy them, that's great. If not, that's okay too.
That would work on this pole out here.
Okay,
We'll use, I think, 4x8 up on, is it 4x8? I think it's a bigger 5x8 or something.
Okay.
up on
I think it's 5x8.
5x8. So we could take at least 2 of them and put them.
okay.
So I guess, I don't know, would you just pay yourself for that and give them to us to put?
I'll go through the proper channel. All
Well,
right,
I mean,
I'll just,
sell them to the village, how do you,
Right.
I mean,
that's what I would
as
basically,
if I were the one that went to the American Legion, I guess.
right.
I can also ask Tim Davison, he's got the flagpole at the lakefront. I'll
Okay.
ask him,
All
and
right,
I'll get back to you.
that's fine. And if you don't want to pay 35 each, just offer me something and I'm sure I'll take it.
You're not a good negotiator, Jerry.
You just lost 30.
There you go, yeah, I just lost everything, I understand. Honesty is not the best policy, I guess, in some cases. All right, As of the end of June, balance in the primary checking account, $480,343.33. Money market, $210,601.53. Star Ohio, $118,812.69. Total, $809,757.55. Any questions by council? Yes, ma'am.
The two outstanding payments from me have been deposited. From the outstanding awards, they've been deposited, so that should be cleared.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, that's all I have for finance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Is there any other old business? Okay, we'll go to the audience. Jan? We don't often see you here. Did you have anything you'd like to complain or compliment us on, or just say?
I just had a question about the mosquito spraying, but I noticed they're coming after dark now, so I was concerned that they were coming before sunset, so.
Does anybody know if they're killing the gnats and the ticks? Like he said.
Oh, that's the chemicals that he's using. I've noticed I usually get bit pretty bad where I live. We have that field across the street, and when it's wet, I don't really notice what's all of it here. So I think he's doing a good part, just must be the fact that there's not as many mosquitoes. I know
They're out there.
they're out there.
We got 3 today while I was mowing.
No kidding. What do you down? Well, you always get a bad bite, right? Yeah. Have you noticed that is there an improvement, or you can't really tell, or?
The gnats are still bad, but
Okay.
I mean, the mosquitoes biting and the gnats are bad.
Yeah, well, though, they hatch out and they're gone in a day, so,
Yeah.
you know, they're like a 24-hour deal. And then a new batch happens.
Yeah.
It's only gonna kill what's out there when they go by.
Right.
Have you had any complaints about it, Ken? I haven't heard it.
They don't.
I haven't heard any complaints
So I
yet.
think it's like that.
Not about that. Well, just the time, she had some concerns about the time, and that was, you contacted on that one in regards to the butterflies, right? Somebody was,
Bees,
okay, somebody was,
pollinators.
the pollinators, the bees and butterflies, I think butterflies are pollinators as well, aren't they?
Lots of things are pollinators.
Yeah, I know that there was a concern about that, and I spoke with our person, and he was gonna try to push it a little later, that's what he's been doing.
I think they did, because they haven't been coming before dark now.
No,
Yeah.
they've been after dark, since you said something.
Yep.
Kelly, did you have anything?
Gary, I'll be happy to buy one of your flags.
Okay, thank you.
I think she doesn't have any.
I'll give you the money tonight. Just thank you. I'm so thrilled to have you. You have no idea. You just take such good care of us. It makes me very happy. We're a good group.
Okay. Howard?
No comment, thanks for doing your jobs.
Well, that's why you pay us the big bucks. Okay, ma'am.
We're Andy and Judy Miller, we just bought property up in Berkshire, thank you Leslie. And thank you Bud for help with trying to guide us with kitted address, so we just wanted to come, put some faces to names and introduce ourselves and try to figure out.
Welcome to Chippewa.
Thank you.
Where are you moving from?
Well, it'll be, more of a, closer to our kids in the dining, but we'll still live full-time in Belleville, Ohio, so.
So you came up just to come to the meeting? That's nice.
Come to the meeting, we have some questions and some things we need to do.
Well, this has been one of the better.
Yeah, this has been one of the
Very
shorter.
good time.
So, yeah, when we have questions, we reach out, we run a community program in the back of the lot, and then we have a couple trees that, one looks like it's getting pretty scary that we need to take down, so it's kind of get what needs to happen.
Leslie will guide you in the right direction, I'm sure.
Yep, I have that service as well.
Well, Leslie pointed me in, there's so many things that could be.
Okay, let's see, who's next?
Oh, I got one.
Debbie,
Wait, oh. We're doing the audience right now.
I know,
All right,
when
okay.
you're done, let me know.
Okay. Okay, where can we leave off?
Debbie.
Jackie?
No, I do not have anything. Nothing.
Okay,
You're.
you guys look like you're sitting well.
You look really like.
Okay,
So they can whisper.
And
One comment that Leslie made a good comment about, or asked a question about the maintenance, the lawn cutting, and then the use of Roundup.
Yeah.
It was never a conclusion like, hey, I'll talk to them, we want you to use Roundup, we don't want to use Roundup. It just sort of, the way it just sort of ended. What's the conclusion of that comment? Is anyone going to take
there was
action?
no completion of the comment. Are you gonna tell the guy to quit using Roundup?
Oh, completely? I don't think, I think there's still, I think it's being a little too liberal with it, but I don't think, I mean, we need it in some places.
Well, I noticed he's charging quite a bit. I mean, there's two
Yeah.
on this month, almost $4,000.
Yeah, the,
The weed eater's too expensive to put in that amount.
Something Bud and I were discussing was, there's some village-owned property that doesn't need to necessarily be village-owned, and I know Bud's brought it up in the past, and maybe we should revisit the parcels that the village owns. That might also cut down on maintenance, I don't know, but.
I guess I recently attended a seminar that talked about we're small potatoes, I'll put that out there.
Yeah.
And these are townships in Summit County. And they have a very proactive land use format in place. And the question that came to me was, why do we have holdings that we derive no financial benefit from? I realize that many of these properties were gifts, but they are in fact a responsibility. And once you get that gift, it keeps on giving. And Alan has spent countless hours negotiating with the auditor's department. You know, we've even taken the point of suggesting he take a psychologist with him, because they gotta be nuts
Yeah.
with their increases.
So
They
between
always
the,
lower them.
so between the
But
taxes
you
and
have
the
to apply.
maintenance and the adding fences to some, and there's a lot of properties we should consider.
So I'll put this out there for the council. Give some thought about why you have it, what you want to do with it, and should we retain ownership?
Are any of them adjacent to,
There,
property owners?
well, Kelly, there's 20 some parcels,
Okay.
and they're scattered throughout. Many of them are landlocked,
Non-buildable.
non-buildable, weedy, insect havens.
Well, we don't
So
know
we,
all
so
that.
we can revisit that, but, again, I have the same complaint, Andy. I think that the mowing companies, they mow and go, and they're not weed eating and blowing, and they're trying to make it as simple as they can, and I discussed it with Joanne, and, you know, Bud said they're trying to save some money for us, and Joanne said, well, we have money, what are we trying to accomplish? Are we trying to just get the grass mowed, or do we want our parks and the community to look nice? I don't care for it. I think it looks bad. I think it looks burned around it's around the bocce, the garden, the bushes, anything that's stationary that they would have to weed eat, they're just Rounduping, so.
yeah, so
Maybe
it sounds like less Roundup and more
carrot.
weed whacking and take a little more pride in the job.
That's
I
what,
get that.
There was also a publication that this Save the Lake Committee came out with a few years back that I remember. about different chemicals being used next to the lake and how it is not good for our water.
I'm using Roundup as a general term. I don't know
Right,
what
we don't know
product
what they're
they're using, but it is definitely burning and killing the grass.
Well, what I can tell you is the product that's used for weed control becomes inert once it touches the ground.
Supposedly.
Well, I heard a comment from Jen says supposedly. So what you need to understand and appreciate, if you want to just not use weed control products, you want to trim it with a weed eater, boys and girls, get your checkbook out. Because your labor costs are going to rise significantly.
Have they always done that?
Yes, as long as we've had,
Why are they complaining this year and have other years?
I don't know.
Do they have new employees that are just doing it differently?
No,
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
That's what I've been hearing, and it's just sloppy, it's just been a little more.
No, I don't- the guy that provides our land, our care, does maintenance work on the side in the landscaping venue. He spent years taking care of golf courses.
That's
So he's not,
irrelevant.
he's not casual or unexperienced.
Well, I bet they weren't doing the weed, or that weed killer in the golf.
But Jim Brandenburg was doing a lot of our mowing and he's not now, so these guys.
When he was here.
Right.
For the guy that we have hired.
Right.
And
Same.
Jim is no longer mowing in our community as far as I've been told. So there's new people.
And there's
people
also-
just need to be guided in what we would like
That's what I
to see.
think, I agree.
And if the weed killer is fine, that's great, but maybe not so much of an excess of weed killer.
So for those of you who have an interest in that regard, I know that Tom will do his very best to provide the service you expect and desire. Drive around with a piece of paper and or a map. Mark out what you like, mark out what you don't like. And we can talk to Tom. Maybe he can provide the lawn care service you think you deserve and or require. And maybe he cannot. You know, so that we can talk about it. He's not an unreasonable guy. The guy who's helping him is his son.
Right. Yeah, no, he's a great guy, and we've used this company for
He's,
5-6 years now.
It's been a while, it's been since I've been on council, but if nobody ever voices to him, hey, this is going on, can it be done differently? He's never gonna know, and he's gonna continue to do the same thing.
I
So
bring
if you
up,
haven't told him,
right, I was
then
gonna
we
say, I
need to
bring it
tell.
up at council meetings, I bring up the fact that they're not blowing off the trains and the cornhole boards, but I don't know if it goes beyond the council meeting because I'm not the person that talks to the lawn.
It does, but maybe not enough, or, yeah.
you can't be generalized about it. Be specific about it.
We are.
I've been-
We want to
yeah.
Spray that stuff in.
You
That's the
don't,
way I'm hearing it.
you,
People don't like it, they don't want us. I haven't heard people come and say they like it, but I have heard people say they don't want us.
I've heard people, Joanne, Ken's heard people complain about it.
Yeah, we had 3 complaints last month, actually.
well,
So one of you two guys should at least ask them and find out.
Yeah, I can reach out to them.
Just have a
but you
conversation.
you guys cannot be generalized about this.
No, the drains, and as for, I don't know exactly where some of the audience mentioned around here, there was some more, you did last week, the bushes and whatnot.
Briarwood Boulevard, you said.
Yep, when you're coming in Briarwood Boulevard on the left-hand side, the bottoms of the bushes are dead.
Well, I mean, you get around in your golf cart a lot, are you, maybe write it down, and let me know and that way I'll have specifics on that, because I don't even know where to
Listen, we
look.
can do a world tour of Chippewa. I will
Well, I want to
gladly
do a
point out
world
all
tour,
the
but I mean,
things.
you have one specific place, you said, in the bushes.
They're doing it up in the park.
So I got,
All
yes,
around.
we don't,
I guess I could look around and I'll have enough.
we don't have to
I will
continue
give an
to
idea.
discuss tonight, but yes, I will let you know the complaints I've got and the things I've seen.
Yeah, that way I
If anybody hops on their golf cart and goes through any park in this community, they're gonna know exactly what everyone's complaining about. So
Yeah.
take your time, everyone, and go take a look.
Yep, I'll do that as well, and then I'll talk to Tom. I mean, he's always done a great job.
And if it's a higher price, I know 2 lawn maintenance companies that would gladly, they've already asked Joanne if they can give a quote to the community. So I would love to know what.
And it was really just this year, actually.
And
that I
Joanne
was
said
there.
it's not about price. She wants us to look, it needs to look nice and the community needs to be happy with it. So, I mean,
We
obviously,
can always go back to bidding it, I mean,
Yeah,
if they don't raise their price or anything, we don't usually bid it, but we can.
well, let's go to Tom we'll let him know the complaints, because we have been with for a very long time, and haven't for the most part, except for
Yeah, I haven't heard any complaints until this year, so.
until this year, so maybe we'll let him know.
Makes us think
We'll
it's
voice our concerns. What's that?
I can't imagine, because Brandenburg isn't there, but maybe he's that.
Well, he was the guy that
That's
did
a
it
missing
before.
link there.
He was doing it before, he might have been doing it
Yeah,
differently.
he worked for him.
You guys maybe do it a
He
little
was,
different
but
than
it
he did.
didn't go, okay. Yeah, so now we have somebody different that needs to be trained, I guess, I don't know.
Okay, so you're gonna all find out about that? and
Yep,
We will
yeah.
go back to Bob Williams.
Last but not least, or least but not last. So, 2 things. Number 1, we're gonna have a we're gonna have a porch rocker on the 31st of July at Point Park. So this is gonna be the first one we'll be there. We're gonna put up one of the tents and that, and we're looking for other venues to try and reach out to. So Point Park looks like a good place.
Are you gonna use that, thing that you use, Tim?
Yeah, do you want that platform that we built so the band is not on the ground?
By 2010, yeah.
Yeah, it fits under your tent
It's a new
perfectly.
performer that's coming into the village and that, so, let's see, Sharon, I can't remember her last name, but she lives over here on Clover Cliff and that, so she's been working with Lori and Pam about finding different groups and that to come in and that, so I think this might be the guy that was on American Idol at one time.
That's exciting.
Did he get picked, or, I mean?
I didn't know he
did
was going down that way,
He
no.
did not win.
He made it like it was second to last one.
What about Alan Micelson's little?
Well, Alex, Mike, yeah, well,
Is it Lori or Pam that I contact for?
you contact Pam, yeah.
Okay, yeah, will do.
I know Michael wanted to like, when we played over this place last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
there's really good acoustics at Quinlan's.
yeah. Also, seems to be, we're having a problem with electric scooters running up and down Beachside Boulevard, all hours of the night. Kids, little kids, and these are not electric bikes. These are not e-bikes, these are electric scooters, and they're
Very fast.
just very uncautious.
Is that the one that cops say they can't do anything about because?
You gotta catch it. And the day you say to call non-emergency number, well, I called the non-emergency
So I actually
number.
just had this
And I waited for
discussion.
an hour and a half until they finally come, and they're all scared and gone.
So this is not a council or a sheriff problem. This is a parenting problem. So
And I
if
would
you-
agree.
Okay, you gotta get to the parents.
Yeah, how do we, if somebody needs to, I do know of one house where somebody said they saw these particular scooters go, maybe not the same as yours, but if we knew where these scooters were going or the
Okay,
e-bikes
so
or.
there was a lady that stopped one of the kids the other day, and she stopped at the house to talk to the little boy, and then she was accosted by Mama Bear and Papa Bear.
Was this on Rock Ridge?
No, this was on, Longacre.
Oh, yes, at the corner?
Huh?
Yeah, that's, there is a house on Long Acre that I,
Right in the middle of the block.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but something's gonna have to be done, because somebody's gonna end up, with a smashed up car and a smashed up kid laying on the middle of the
They
street.
don't even slow down, they just.
No, they just come in, they come down over, because we talk to them and everything else, and they just come down and just whiz right out into the park. There's no.
Do you think it would be more effective if you had the parents talk to the police instead of some neighbor they don't know?
It'd be effective if the police talk to the parent.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And they will go. I mean, when the resident complained about the very young boy, actually, the motorcycle he was on Lake Road was a gas-powered motorcycle, and that's illegal for a child that age to
Yeah.
ride a gas
Yeah.
on the street like that.
But it shouldn't be wild, I mean, it's almost as bad as what it's getting to be in the big cities.
Well, we have a bad habit out here of not calling the police, we call each other, which is ineffective.
Yeah, well, okay, so I
Posting
called
on
the
Facebook.
police today, and he's like, I can't do anything about it. Unfortunately, it was the Medina County Park Ranger Police, Medina County Park Police, they're not rangers, they're park police. He says, if it's on the water, I can do something, he says, or if it's in one of our parks.
Well, why didn't somebody ask for the regular sheriff?
Because I called the regular sheriff, and it's an hour and a half until they come out, and then if nothing is done, they're gone, they're gone.
And that's because right now the sheriff's
So I'm
department
going,
is
from now
shut
on, I'm
down.
gonna call 911.
Remember what that guy told you, right now we only have.
I know, but I'm gonna call 911 because then they can send out any other sheriff.
Well, we just renewed our contract, so.
Well, call 911, that'll get a regular sheriff out there. Hey,
Is that the number you're supposed to call?
No.
Do be careful. Do be careful calling 911 on something that is not an emergency,
well,
because they can.
it's gonna be an emergency when there's a kid splattered all over the street.
And that's the appropriate time, unfortunately, to call 911.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But what I'm telling you, I know that if you call 911.
I know, I can end up like Michael and end up in jail.
They can say it's an abuse of 911, and then they will hold that against you instead. And you are trying to do a good thing by
Yeah.
saving a child's life from being an idiot.
You could call that out of that non-emergency number they have to call us to.
There is another number.
That's 725-666.
Yeah, that's one you call, and it's like, there was a disturbance in the park the one night I called, and it went on and on and on and on and on. And then finally they left, and then the sheriff shows up, it's like, well, there's nothing wrong down here, so what the heck?
Why don't we do this? Why do we not deploy cameras on the primary offenders' routes of travel?
Somebody has to.
Buy speed bumps.
Yeah,
And we'll put them there temporarily.
although they'll use them as jumps.
Well,
We don't get 35, 40 mile an hour.
I think a camera would be an excellent deterrent.
Yeah.
They got it on.
Village just gotta buy it.
I don't know necessarily that a camera is going to, because we did have a child on 4th of July buzzing through Beachside, Longacre, not stopping at any stop sign on some kind of electric vehicle. And several adults in the area stopped him, and he literally just said, whatever, and he kept going on his way.
Yeah.
It is a parenting problem, and I'm not gonna make any friends saying that, but it is the truth.
It is.
We know.
I've got a grandson, he's working now, he's working for AmeriCorps this summer, he's teaching. And he's like, he's working with kids that are 7 and 8-year-olds. And he's like, it's bad, this is really, these kids are getting out of control. And he's like, I cannot do anything, and they are swearing at him and using all the good words.
Something that possibly could be more effective, and I know this is a really weird, crazy idea, but I don't know how many of you participated in the prom night mock accidents where the drama club in school would dress up and show what happens to kids who were drinking and driving.
Yeah.
If we could kind of host some kind of program, get the parents on
Maybe the
board
fire department has
to bring the
something like
kids
that too, 'cause they're the ones that put it on.
to show what could happen to the child in the event that they were hit by a car when they're shooting down one of our side streets.
Yeah, it's.
It could be a commercial, you would get your movie night.
It would be gruesome, might be a little scary for children, but it might actually be effective
Yeah.
That would be more effective than a video camera,
I,
because they're gonna ignore the camera, they're not gonna care.
no, I don't know that I necessarily agree with you. Your point's taken. But I think it's an excellent opportunity in your role with the safety to discuss the problem at large with the police department and the sheriff's office,
And I have done that this past month.
because it is a problem for them as well. Maybe reach out to the county commissioner. You know, we have a pool of concerned adults who are, their focus is public welfare. And we're not dissimilar in our problems that we're having with these electrified vehicles. Parenting is one significant portion of that. But I think the more people that you have a vested interest in providing or identifying potential solutions, the more effective you're gonna be. And it's not just a problem in sunny Chippewa Lake.
No.
It's a problem everywhere. And there are people who are interested, and they're be damned if they can come up with an effective solution. Because it's like grabbing a handful of smoke. Boom, gone.
Could we lower the curfew age for some of these kids?
There's some.
You have to enforce that.
It's not just during
During the
curfew,
day,
it's
during the
not,
day.
I mean, it is going on after
That is
hours,
true.
but it's all the time. It's in the middle of the day. My mom almost got hit and her dog.
You know, you could reach out to the schools, because this is a concern at large. We need more discussion about it. We need more community awareness.
I would say this community is pretty aware, because we've gotten a lot of complaints. I know when it was going on Longacre a couple years ago, about 9 o'clock at night, it would start after dark, that, I spoke to the,
I see a common thread here with the street.
there was one family, that it was one guy's son. And so I just said to them, you know, I hate to have the police bother you all and everything, but do you know how dangerous these kids are being and stuff like that? And strangely enough, it all stopped after that. But I also believe that somebody in that group got hurt.
I suspect I had a conversation with probably the same parent.
They did something about it when I just said, I don't wanna call the police on you guys all the time, but, somebody's gotta talk to these kids, and I really believe those guys did, so I don't know, maybe not all parents are like that.
It's the kind of issue you can't talk about once and say, done. Unfortunately.
I think for a long time, and we've asked the sheriff's department about it, that's the only answer they would ever give us. Every
And I
time
have an
ask them about it.
explanation for that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, well, I know it's not true, but that's not what they're telling us. There's rules, Medina County, or Medina City put out their rules for e-bikes. Somebody else just posted the actual Ohio rules for it. So a lot of these bikes are in violation.
the Ohio rules for that, yes, Leslie sent us that information. That ORC code was developed in 2019 and nothing has changed since then. And it's the different classification. It has to be a classification 3 or higher before it's considered illegal on the street. And there's no way we could know by looking at that bike to say, oh, that's a 3.
So ultimately,
We'd actually have to go up to the bike and look at the sticker to see what its classification
Well,
is.
that's what the sheriff
The
did.
sheriff would have to do that.
but ultimately, we can't do it. It's out of our hands right now. So
Well, then, if the sheriff's telling us
Waiting
there's
for
nothing
the-
they can do, what kind of help are we getting from them?
They can come out and they can look, and if it's a 2 or a 1, if it's not a 3 or higher classification, then that's when they're saying there's nothing they can do. Because the times that they have been out here, it has been an electric bicycle, it hasn't been a motorized gas-powered scooter. Now we do have electric things that are faster, but they still aren't considered a 3 classification.
But they've told us over and over again, if it's gas operated,
Right.
that was.
Gas operated is a no-no.
I know, but Leslie said around the house, said that, right differently.
Right. And it's not that we don't want them to do anything, but we can't force them to do something they can't do. If it's not in the code, in all our ORC codes.
You said,
It's a simple premise.
Well,
You identify the problem,
site.
you develop solutions, you educate the public, you educate law enforcement, and you implement it. And you have to do it repeatedly. When you're a kid, baby, it's hair on fire. This is fun, this is freedom. I can pop a wheelie, I can do all,
I see a lot of that.
you just need to tell them what you're going to do and do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. You can't, this is pointless. We're a bunch of concerned adults, we all agree. You need to take it to a bigger pool and do it. Simple.
Cut.
Agreed. Good.
okay, do we have any other comments?
I came back just in time.
I make a motion to adjourn.
That's my job.
Quick comment. I cleared out my office in the dining. I have an office at home and a remote employee, et cetera. And the oldest thing I found was this plaque of the original village, before it was a village. It was called Community Club. So you can add that to your artwork if you want it.
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
Thank
that's
you.
great.
And also, this is the hard copy of the same map. If you want it, historical purposes.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great to frame.
You got it.
Cool. Leave it there.
Well, even in the historical society building, maybe?
I had it as an exhibit in a case.
That'd be, no, I'd be here.
What?
Somebody walk up.
Yeah.
I think it should be here.
That's great.
Barb, you're
I
on
did that in
that.
my office
Make a
myself.
motion, we adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.